Welcome back guys. We will see that how we can add the data to the hash map and how we can print the key and value of the hash map. So by now you are familiar with how to create the object of hash map and how to insert the data in the hash map, right? So by now you are familiar with. Now let's say how do you print the data of key and value through the given method of your hash map. So what happens, first focus here, first go to the hash map. I will show you something. Just press Ctrl, click on the hash map. If you go to the hash map class, basically we need to remember the hierarchy of the hash map. Okay, so scroll up and yeah, this is the class. So your hash map extends abstract map, implements map. So these all three will take key value and then it will implement clonable, it will implement map, clonable and serializable. Okay, and serializable, right? So I'll cover the clonable, I have covered. Okay, serializable still I need to cover. Okay, but here try to remember this. It will implement three interface: map, clonable and serializable, and it will implement a class called abstract class. Now again internally this map also, when you press Ctrl click on map, so this map is the interface and it has some methods. So when you do Ctrl O, this map has this many methods. Okay, this map interface has this many method. On the top of it you can look at the map also has an entry. You can focus here, this is very important. Your map also has an entry interface. So when you click on entry, right, which is a part of your map interface, so go to the map interface. Where is the body of your map? This is your map. So you do a double click here. When you do a double click, right, you can see that you are coming at the end of this class, right? When you did a double click, everything present inside the class, everything present inside the class, which means why I'm showing you this, like why I'm saying that everything is present inside the class, because when you go here and click on Control O, sorry, go to this map again and do Control O. Yeah, so these are the methods you have, and then you have, see this the top method, whatever you are seeing, that size as empty, contents key, content value, put all, key set value, entry set, these all are present in the map interface. Then you have something called this interface, which is nothing but child interface, or you can say that inner interface, the interface within interface. So this interface, this entry, right, so this entry comes inside the map. That is the reason when you access entry, you will always access through the reference of map. So when you go to the entry here, click on the entry, this is inside the map interface, and this is default in the nature. You cannot keep two interface as a public. Now you can correlate. When I was talking earlier, I was making one class as a public, and in the same file I was making one class as a default, because the scope of the second class was confined to the same file. So I was keeping like that. Now you can correlate. See, this entry has a scope only to this map class. So you can see that map, this actually this interface present inside the map interface, right? Clear? You can see that the real-time use, how collections they have used that. In collections they have used that. They should have created a separate interface also. But if you write like this, what happens is your code will be more modular and you will have more readability. You can read your code, and you know that this entry, whatever you have, you are going to use only in this interface. So don't write outside. Yes, you can access the same package, you can access this guy in the same package, but you cannot access from the outside because it is default in the nature. But moreover this entry usage you have only in the map interface. So write within the same interface, you are creating one more interface, and this entry has some method. So this entry has a get key and all that, right? So when you do Control O, when you click on the entry here and do Control O, see, entry has this many method. So this guy entry interface has get key, get value, set value, contains by key, contains by value, contains by key, comparator, and contains by value comparator. Okay, this will take of type comparator, this will take by value and key. So it has this many value. Now why I'm trying to show you again and again scroll up and click on Control O. So this is the key one, key value, right? Then go to the map class and do Control O. So map has this many method, as well as it has another interface called entry. So focus guys here, map entry comes inside map. Okay, 2 times I told you. Why I told you? Now you will correlate. What I will do, I will go to this map and I will do dot entry set. I will do map dot entry set. Okay, this on this reference we have a method called entry set. Press Control, click on entry set. What is the return type of the entry set? The return type of the entry set is nothing but set dot map dot entry. Okay, map dot entry. Why you cannot access entry alone? Because it comes inside map, so you have to always write map dot entry. That's what I was stressing upon. Okay, so you go here, create one reference called entry, and when you place mouse over here, click on create local variable, you can see that your entry came like this: set of entry of a string comma string. Right, this is your entry set, right? So set of map dot entry. So basically it is a map dot entry. So whatever you had, basically internally it will be a do one thing, don't make the object of hash map. Okay, make the reference of map and object of hash map. Go place mouse over here and click on local variable, right? Even in that case you are getting that set of entry of a string and a string. The same you can write map dot. Okay, so guys, sometimes people they do write like this. I will show you also when these situations will come. Do not get confused. Do not get confused by looking this. Why map dot entry? Because entry you don't have inside. I mean, entry is not a matter of map, but entry is the another interface which comes within the map interface. So when someone will write map dot entry, do not get confused, which means you are accessing the entry on the reference of map. That's it. That is the meaning of that, nothing else. Okay, now it is clear for you. So first focus here, what is the type of entry you have entered? A string and a string. So the type is a string of a string, which is of type entry, right? Now this entry set, what is the return type? Set. What is the return type? Set. And by now you are familiar with how do you create the object of set. You write like this: set integer is equal to new, and you write hash set, right? That's how you create the object of hash set. Clear? Okay, so if you now focus here, in the set angle bracket, basically you take the type of object, nothing else. What you take? The type of object. Now here also in the set, what is the type of object? Map dot entry. Because in the hash map you basically enter the entry. So what is the type of object? Which is nothing but entry object, which is nothing but map dot entry. I can remove this. I can also write like entry, right? I can also write like entry. So which is nothing but set of entry. So whatever you feel this, I mean whatever you see this is one object of type entry, and this object, this set will give you the object of type entry. So in the angle bracket, basically your set will have the what kind of object you will get when you make an entry set. So basically you will get a set of entry object. You will get set object, inside the set object you will have a entry object, right? Now run a for each loop. Just write for each, control space bar, click on the first one. Okay, one automatic for you for each loop will get created. You don't need to write any code. So you can look at here, this is the variable. The variable return type is nothing but entry entry of a string comma string, which is nothing but entry of this, because your map has lot of entry, right? Map has lot of entry. You are running a for each loop on that entry, so your variable will get entry one by one. So what should be the type of the variable? It should be entry of this. Here it should not be set, because you are getting the entry one by one. Then you just write CISO, and what you can write here is, on this entry, what you have a key, right, plus space plus dot get value. You have two methods, one is key, one is value. Why you have this one is key, one is value? Because when you go to the entry, go to the hash map, okay, press control don't go to the hash map, go to the map class interface, and when you do control O, go to this entry. If you'll go this inside entry, when you go entry, what you have a key method which will give you the object which you have stored, key object, and you have value, get value. So the value is what value object you are getting from the entry. You got it? Clear? Entry has get key and get value, correct? Now come back where we are. Yeah, so now if I go and if I will run that, see, you will get like this. Test 1 is the key, value is equal to A. Test 4 is the key, value is equal to D. Test 3 is the key, value C. Test 2 and value B. And one more thing, guys, when you print sorry, I am also printing the hash map here. When you print the hash map, it will be in the curly braces. It will not be into the square bracket like what you have seen that for the set classes and the list classes. Okay, here it will be in the curly braces because the key value pair, and whatever you are seeing that the get key and get value, whatever I have printed through for each loop, which is nothing but this key and value, key and value, key and value, right? Now the same thing will work fine if you will go and the entire whatever you have done till now, if you'll go and if you'll just change this to, let's say, linked hash map, and change the reference to the linked hash map, Control A, Control Shift S, and what you do is you make one, and then you copy this, whatever map.put you have, map dot right click, okay, just replace this, okay. This is entry 1, right? Entry 1. Clear? Okay. So now you are getting the object of linked hash map, and then you are adding the same data. You are calling the entry set, you are printing the key value, and then finally you are printing that the linked hash map also. Now run that and see the output. Look at here. This is the hash map output and this is the linked hash map output. You can see the difference. In the linked hash map, the insertions order was maintained: test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4, test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4. The same record was inserted in the hash map also. In hash map, the insertion order was not maintained. The test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4, but it came test 1, test 4, test 3 and test 2. So in the hash map, the insertions order was not maintained. Now what I will do, I will copy the entire things and I will go and I will change to tree map. Tree map. This will work fine. Okay, yeah, and then go and print the tree map. Now you can look at the difference among these three output. Now look at the output here. This is your hash set output, sorry, hash map output. Test 1, test 4, test 3, test 2. Now this is your linked hash map output. Test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4. In the linked hash map, the insertions order was maintained, but look at the tree map output. Tree map output is test 1, test 2, test 3 and test 4. Okay, which means it is maintaining in the ascending order. You are not able to figure out why, because I have written test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4. Since it is maintaining the insertions order, your linked hash map will give you the same output. Now what I will do for your understanding, I will go here and I will change here 5. Okay, and in the tree map I will go here and after 3 I will change to 5. Now you can differentiate between linked hash map and tree map. So look at the output now. In the linked hash map, the insertions order was maintained after test 3, test 5 came. But in the tree map, after test 3, test 4 came and then test 5, because your tree map maintains the data in the ascending order, right? So now you got the idea of how you can make use of entry set and how you can print the key and value from the map classes. You can see that for everywhere I am able to print key and value. So in linked hash map it will maintain the insertions order, whereas in the tree map it will the data will be in the ascending order. So test 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. See, one more thing guys, if you focus here, I did one mistake. So what mistake I did? I should have done like this. Okay, now you can see that your data is in ascending order, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here data in the insertion order 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Let me maximize this. So here after 3 you have a 4, here after 3 you have a 4, but here after 3 you have a 5, sorry, after 3 you have a 5, here after 3 you have a 4, and here no, it will not maintain any order, right? So by now you got an idea of how you can make use of entry set, what is the return type of the entry set, how you can run a for each loop, and how from entry set, because it is a set of entry and your entry has two methods, get key and get value, which is nothing but the data which you have inserted. So with this I'll close the video. In next video I will talk about some more concepts of hash map. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.